I'm here with
Kitty, Brown,
and Chloe. We've got a super fun craft for you now. You may look around and kind of wonder where we are. We are actually camping this weekend, and we thought we'd bring you our craft from our camper. So here we are, and it's different than another one we had before. We'd gotten a new one, so you may have seen this. I don't know. I can't really think that we should remember either. Do you guys? Nope, they don't. So anyhow, with it being Halloween, we've got one more Halloween craft for you, and here is our super cute little spider made of some chenille stems and a bead and a spider web to go on it. And this craft is kind of fun because it's actually a knot craft. You tie several knots and you actually have your first time we're going to lash. How fun is that? A little bit of lashing too, which is another camping skill, you know, that we can learn. Now this is going to be super simple. This isn't going to be the kind of lashing that you would use to do anything for camp purposes, but it's just the idea of we're taking things and tying them together and working that way. So, campers, you ready to see what you need to do this craft?
Yeah!
Awesome. For our craft, it's kind of two crafts in one. So we'll do our little spider craft, and then we'll come back and do our web underneath. So, but we're going to start with our spider. Now, for our little spider, you're going to need, we already cut them in half and didn't bring any whole ones with us. You're going to need, I'll hold them together though, 2 chenille stems that are 12 inches long, or 10 inches, whatever. Yeah, 12 inches. And you need to cut them in half. And now remember, because there's wire in here, we don't want to cut them with scissors. We will ruin our scissors. So you'll want to get a caregiver to help you. You need an adult to help you use some wire cutters. And do get permission, caregiver permission, before you start using wire cutters, because they can pinch and they hurt. So what you would want to do is take it, cut it in half, snip. You'd have your 2 chenille stems. And the next thing you're going to need is a bead. Now, we thought it might be fun if we take a red bead too and use it kind of black widowy, but you can really use any bead we have. We have a whole selection here to pick from. So there's our beads. So this and our beads. This is what we need for our spider. Now for our web, what we're going to need is some yarn. Now we have this kind of an ecru off-white sort of yarn. It's cut to about 8 feet long. So you need your ruler to cut about 8 feet. And it doesn't have to be quite. You can use a different color. We just thought this would be fun for our web color. We need that. We also will need 3 of our craft sticks. Now these are your thinner craft sticks instead of the thicker ones that we used for camp week. So we want the thinner ones. Bless you. To do this. To cut our yarn, we'll need some scissors. And you'll notice that we do not have our table covered because we forgot the table cover. So we're going to go without it. But you might want to cover your table up, just because these, once you cut these things, you'll end up with lots of little glittery bits everywhere. So it's kind of easy, you know, to clean it up that way. So, campers, you ready to see how to make our cute spiders?
Yeah!
Awesome. Now for this, as I said, we cut these in half. So the best way to do that is to fold them in half. And then you have a adult or caregiver. Just go ahead and snip your ends in half. And there you are. These ends are sharp. So do be careful with the little sharp ends. Now for these ones, they're a little bit thinner, thicker pipe or chenille stems, excuse me, may not work as well. I will take a, what color should I do? I want to do blue this time. Take our little blue bead, and if I put them all together and just kind of stuff the ends in. And you can see the mess I was talking about right there. So you want to stuff our bead in and put it about in the middle. Make sure these ends are fairly even. It doesn't have to be exact. Go ahead and fold in half. Even our bead up so that we can, right here. And then we're going to give it a twist. Twist it just a couple times, not a whole super lot. And then we take our little spider legs and we just pull them apart. There we go. Just pull them apart just a little bit. And there is your super cute little spider. Campers, you ready to make your own spiders?
Yeah.
Awesome. Now for my example, I'm actually going to use green yarn because you can't see the off-white colored yarn on our popsicle sticks, and I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing. So I will show you first how to cut. We will take our yarn and we will run it on our ruler and wrap it around like this. So it's 1, that's 2 feet, 3, remember not to wrap it too tight, 4, 5, 6, 7, and oops, it got tangled, 7, and of course it wants to tangle, huh? And there is 8. So we want to take our scissors, and again, get your caregiver permission before you go picking yarn to use. I'm going to take that off of there. There we go. Now here's the way to hold it in the ball. I use 2 fingers like this, and I wrap it around a couple of times. I don't know, 5 or 6 times, and then you wrap it around this way. Wrap it around. How you wrap this ball is not important at all. It's just easier to work with a yarn if it's in a ball than if you're trying to have it loose, because when we had it loose, it just tangled everywhere. So just wrap it in a ball real quick. There you go. Okay, so with our green yarn, we take our sticks and we hold them like a star. And we hold them, since I am right-handed, I will hold them in my right hand, and you do want them kind of even. There we go, they're even-ish. Not really at all, but it doesn't much matter. So there we go. Now the way we're going to do this is we're going to hold them like this with the X and then the one on the top, and that just makes it a little bit easier to do the lashing. And we'll take it and we'll have about 2 inches. So we have about a 2-inch tail hanging off, and this is our non-working end. That's what this is called, our non-working end. This is our working end because we're going to be using this end to tie. So this is our non-working end, our working end. All right, so you take it and that's, wrap it around, that's once, and then that's twice. Now we're going to spin it just a little bit, make sure and keep our tail in the back, and we're going to take it and work it behind this stick. So now we've turned it and we have 2 different sticks. You can see where I did the other ones here. Once I move my thumb, they kind of come apart, don't they? All right, and now we're going to wrap 1 and 2. And then we're going to repeat that again, turn it, and we see our X, and we say 1 and 2. Once we get it on the back, you'll see our loose end here. There you go, I got to pull it tight. Our loose end here. So we've got our part here. Now we're going to want to tie a surgeon's knot. A square knot will work, but since we want this to stay together, a surgeon's knot holds tight. And if you don't remember how to do that, look at our video. We'll link it down below. But our surgeon's knot, so we say right over left and under again, and then pull tight. Oh no, somebody else honked a horn and my dog barked. Oh my gosh. Okay, as I said, we're at a campground. There are other people around. So we said right over left and under again, and then left over right and under. And you saw we stopped right in the middle. That was a great example. We stopped right in the middle. And even though we stopped, that surgeon's knot, because we looped twice, held tight, didn't it?
Yeah.
So there's what we end up with. Now, if our sticks are a little uneven, which mine are, you can adjust them now, kind of slide them. But there is our very basic lashing that we will be using for this craft. Again, this is not really for camping. This is a basic lashing just for a craft, but it gives you the idea to start to lash. So, campers, you ready to tie your sticks together?
Yeah!
Awesome. Okay, now there is our lashing done. This doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry about it. It's our first time trying, and we're just putting popsicle sticks together, so it doesn't really matter if it's perfect. The idea is that we've tried to learn, and we'll work on lashing separate. So to do this, we're going to start. We'll bring our yarn to the front, and by the way, it didn't matter which stick is on the top at all. We'll put our thumb right here, and we'll wrap around, and thumb, and wrap around. And my problem with this is my thumb is kind of in the way from what I'm doing, huh? So it's a little hard to see, but I just keep turning, and you can hold here, or you may need to hold here. So you can space this out like I'm doing here. You can do them real close together like this. It's whichever way you want your web. You do like mine, and we can have some of both. Now this may remind you if you've ever made a God's eye before. And I'm not sure if they go by any other name. I can't find another name for it, but I've only ever heard them God's eye, and I looked, so I can't find anything else. And so we just need to keep wrapping until we think we're done. We don't have to go to the end of all of our sticks, and as I said, we make this as close as far. We don't want to go all the way down to the end of our yarn, because if you notice, we had some yarn to hang by there, so we'll just wrap, and when we get about to the end, here we go. Now I'm done with this now, so what we're going to do, wrap it around, and I'm going to take it, you see we've got it coming this way, I'm going to wrap it around this yarn, and you see that little bit of loop there, I'm going to pull my end through there. And this does tangle up just a bit, so just be careful. Don't let go, because I did that a second ago and it went everywhere. So there we go. We kind of have a little bit almost of a square knot there. We're really doing just half hitches right there. So let's do that again. We leave a loop and go under this yarn, bring it through our loop, and then pull tight. And we'll do that maybe 2 or 3 times. Show you once more. Make a loop, bring it under, you can kind of see it's under, and then bring it through like this. And those are our little half hitches. And again, if you don't remember how to tie a half hitch, then we'll put a link. So there we go. That would hang right there. Now with this big end, it's our hang. We're going to hang this. So we're going to tie ourselves an overhand knot. So we folded it over. We have our knot. Again, I'm right-handed, so I hold it in my left hand, my 3 Girl Scout fingers. Twirl it around my thumb. We see our 6. We stuff our end through our 6, and we pull tight. There is our overhand knot. Now, we had some extra, just cut that part off. It all depends on how tight you want your thing, and Here is my spider now. We attach our spider now. With these, with the glittery ones, they're kind of sticky. The other ones are too, a little sticky. So we can end up, if it just kind of sticks to it, if you want to kind of fold them down and around, you can. But mostly it just kind of sticks on there. And there is our super cute spider and its web. So great decoration for Halloween. Like I said, make sure when you snip this extra part off, you don't snip the part that's actually attached to your web. There you go. So, campers, are you ready to finish your spider webs?
Yeah!
Awesome. And we're finished. So let's check out our spiders here. Here is my spider that I made. You can see my web is all spaced out. We have here is Belle. Hers is more, you can see on the back a little bit better. Hers is kind of a close together sort of web. And depending on how close together you make yours, since hers was close together, she used up way more yarn than I did with mine spaced out. So it's however it ends up. That's why we have such a long piece. If you know you want to make a more spaced out web, then you'll need a shorter piece of yarn. So, you know, you'll have to figure that out with that measurement. Here we go. Here's Kitty's. How cute, cute, cute. Oh, so precious. There's her little spider. And Chloe's is coming down. Oh, it twisted. That's the fun part. You can hang your little decorations up. So we hope that you had fun with your craft. Now, if you noticed from our video, we had a little bit of trouble. So it may take you more than one time, and that's okay. So just do your best to get your knots folded and do your best to do your knots and just have fun with it. If it doesn't turn out perfect, just try it again. That's the fun part about this craft, is it kind of comes out easy, so you can just try it again. Awesome. Well, we had fun, and we'll see you later. Bye!